orange cap. King Kohli was on fire.
This is my game.
அவனோட கேப்டன்சி தான் கொஞ்சம் இங்க இருந்தது, பட் பேட்டிங் வாஸ் லைக் ஆன் பாயிண்ட்.
4 games he didn't perform and Kohli ran away with the orange cap.
பான் பராக்.
Big season for him.
ஹெடேக், டோலோ கோல்ட் எல்லா மாத்திரையும் தேவைப்பட்டது எல்லாருக்கும்.
நிமிஷம்னால தாங்க முடியலையே, தலை வலிக்குதுடா.
மிஸ்டர் நம்பர் ஓபி கேஸ் ஹர்ஷல் பட்டேல்.
பில்டப் பண்றணும், பீலா வரணும், அது முக்கியம் இல்ல. நம்ம எது பண்ணாலும் இந்த உலகம் நம்மள உடனே உத்து பார்க்கணும்.
The man, Jasprit Bumrah. Man, what a beauty.
What a man.
The way he bowled this entire season.
சிவாஜி பேரை கேட்ட உடனே சும்மா அதறது இல்ல.
T Nattu carried SRH bowling all the way from the first game.
And we thought that India missed the trick by not including him for the World Cup squad.
நேஷனல் டீம் லிஸ்ட் வந்துருச்சு, ஆனா பேர் இல்ல. உன் பேரா? பிகில நம்ம பேர் கூட இல்லப்பா. எப்படா உன்ன விட்டாங்க?
Pat Cummins, what a season.
இவங்க தான் வெளியூர் ஆட்டக்காரங்களோ.
Ashes, World Test, ODI World Cup, IPL runners up.
செட்டி, செங்கல்பட்டு, மதுரை, திருச்சி, சேலம், கோயம்புத்தூர், நாட்டார்காடு, சவுத்தார்காடு, எப்பமஸ் வரைக்கும் பார்த்தவன்டா நானு. அருவா கம்பெல்லாம் என்னை டச் பண்ணி டயர்ட் ஆகி போய் கிடக்கு.
Jake Fraser McCurk.
காட்டம், what a காட்டம், right?
Overall strike rate 230 plus.
அந்த பையனுக்கு பயம் இல்ல, அவனெல்லாம் அப்படியே போட்டுறணும்.
Max was not well.
டேய், நீ நல்லா இருக்க மாட்டடா, நல்லாவே இருக்க மாட்டடா.
Welcome to another episode of The Couch Coaches. This time it is IPL ka paisa vasool.
எவ்வளவு கூட்டம், இன்னைக்கு கலெக்ஷன் எகிரிரும்.
Over to you, Priyesh.
Hi, in this episode we will see which players were good performance in the IPL, and we have constructed this episode as 4 things. One is blue chip, who were the top performers. Second one, big winners. Third one, bad investment, and the fourth one is penny stocks or young blood. So we will go now to the blue chips stocks of the IPL, and over to you, Rama.
So we'll start with the batsmen and start with people who are part of the orange cap, the top series. We already spoke about Virat. King Kohli was on fire, right? ஆரம்பிச்சான், கவாஸ்கர் வந்து ஸ்ட்ரைக் ரேட் மோசமா இருக்கு, அது இதுன்னா கோலி said, you know what, I'll do my bat, do the talking.
This is my game. இதை எங்க ஆரம்பிக்கணும், எப்ப முடிக்கணுங்கிறத நான் தான்டா சொல்லணும்.
Amazing IPL for him, which I think you also mentioned in his career. This is one of the best IPLs with 740 runs right at the top.
Second best IPL in terms of runs for Kohli.
Yeah. So that was actually amazing. Next வந்து the confused Kings oda captain, right? Ruturaj. அவனோட கேப்டன்சி தான் கொஞ்சம் இங்க இருந்தது, பட் பேட்டிங் வாஸ் லைக் ஆன் பாயிண்ட்.
Hey, come on baby, come on, yes, come on. Yes!
There was a few games when we thought he was going to sort of beat Kohli and get the top spot. So he was on fire.
They were neck to neck in some games, and some games Ritu got the orange cap also, but last 4 games he didn't perform, and Kohli ran away with the orange cap.
Back.
அப்புறம் மூணாவது வந்து த பான் பராக்.
நீ பான் ரவின்னு சொன்னியே, அவன் கதையை சொல்றேன் கேளு. ஒரு நாள் நானு டியூட்டிக்கு போய்க்கிருந்தேன். அப்ப அவன் பான் போட்டுக்கிட்டு மென்னுக்கிட்டே வந்தான். வா ரவி எப்படி இருக்குன்னு பேச்சு வாக்குல மாமூல் கேட்டேன். 5 ரூபா தான்டா கேட்டேன். என்ன கோவத்துல இருந்தான அளவு, பான் அப்படியே காரிய மூஞ்சில் துப்பிட்டா.
குட்கால அடிக்கிற மாதிரி நம்ம ராஜஸ்தான் ராயல்ஸ்ல இருந்து ரியான் பராக். He's always been a name that has always popped up in the last few years. And this season, single-handedly, there are a few games that he really won it for Rajasthan. And he's coming good.
Yeah, I think this was the season make or break for him because they have invested a lot on Parag last seasons, and if we didn't perform this season, I think it would be a waste of talent on the Murray. But I think the maturity, the clarity, the role given to him before the IPL by RR and Sangha, he came to the party, and now we can see the talent. So big season for him, and rake the runs up, and coming at number 4 or 5 to have nearly 600 runs. It's not a joke.
The next one on the list, I think the headache, Dolo cold, எல்லா மாத்திரையும் தேவைப்பட்டது எல்லாருக்கும்.
நிமிஷம்னால தாங்க முடியலையே. தலை வலிக்குதுடா, தலை வலிக்குதே.
Travis Head, he had a phenomenal season. And there were games when they scored 250 plus 277 அடிச்சாங்க, இது பண்ணாங்க. அண்ட் என்ன பண்ணாலும் தலைய இந்த தலைய ஒண்ணுமே பண்ண முடியல until towards the end. Last
Yeah.
couple of games he fizzled, but otherwise amazing season. And this is what he sort of carried over from what he did in the 50 over World Cup for Australia with 560 runs odd and the strike rate at 191. That is like scary, right?
இந்த ஏரியா அந்த ஏரியா அந்த இடம் இந்த இடம் எங்கேயுமே எனக்கு பயம் கிடையாதுடா. ஏன்னா ஆல் ஏரியாவிலையும் ஐயா கில்லிடா.
Last 4 inningsல 3 ducks.
வாழ்க்கைனா சில அடிகள் விழத்தாது யாப்பா.
So if he had scored some more, he could have had a 600 or maybe only also caught up with the Virat. We don't know. So very good season, and they had a very good IPL Sunrisers.
The next name is somebody who we have seen him matured over the years. எப்ப தேவையோ அப்போ வந்து அடிக்கலைங்கிறது something that is lacking with Sanju. But Sanju had a great campaign. When he came in, he gave them the stability for RR, coming at the key one-drop position and being the captain. And his batting was like really good, except the last 2-3 games. So he had a very good season.
Sanju, எப்பவுமே first 7 or 8 games he will perform, and then the last he will the form would die. In the last 2 games only, but I thought he was very mature, didn't throw it away. The only innings I thought he threw it away was against RCB. Okay. Because last 2 or 3 sessions you could have seen him throw away his wicket 3 or 4 matches in the season. In the Vati, only one match, maybe it is a pressure of a playoff or whatever. But very good season. I am very happy for Sanju.
The other name is yet another youngster from Tamil Nadu, Gujarat Titans. He was the backbone this season, Sai Sudarshan. He's come up phenomenal player.
அது அவன்தான். டேய் பொடி பையல கூப்பிடுறல வாடா. அடேங்கப்பா யாரும் வேணாம்.
Right, he also comes in that key impact player. They were bringing him in or subbing him in. Anna, he's been even last year when he played against CSK, he's come hard and good strike rate. and gives that stability to the team, Sai Sudarshan has been awesome.
We were recalling in the preview of the IPL that his strike rate is only 115 or 120. This IPL is got it to 140. Okay, so it's maybe if we get set to 150 and scores 500, it will be a handful for any team. And it did well for India and South Africa with the Pontier tax, and then didn't get a look in for the England series at all.
Mm.
So I don't know what is happening in the Indian selectors' mind for him to play Test or ODIs,
1008 பாலிடிக்ஸ் பண்றான் கேம்ல bloody beggar.
but is a future talent for sure. Now we will go to the purple cap, all the bowlers. Over to you, Rama.
Let's start with the Mr. Number OBKS Harshal Patel.
பில்டப் பண்றணும் பீலா வரணும் அது முக்கியம் இல்ல. நம்ம எது பண்ணாலும் இந்த உலகம் நம்மள உடனே உத்து பார்க்கணும்.
கரெக்டா வந்து to get to the top என்ன தேவையோ பண்ணிடுறான். He comes and picks up those wickets in the last stages, and then when the opponent is like going after you, he gets these quick 3-4 wickets. Well, end of the day, he's got the most number of wickets. We have to give it to that anyway. This season, for whatever reason, it didn't look like his stock was going down, even though it's at the top of this. We are used to seeing a little bit more steady Harshal Patel, which we didn't see. Strike rate, his economy is up. He's not the Harshal of old, but he's number one with the cap.
First 7 games, he was not there in the picture because
Yeah.
I will link the mid review of the season here. We called out it is a waste to buy him for 11 or 12 crores. What is he doing? But finally, he got his mojo back, or as big corporates, send people home to cut cost. And the the price of the stock rose up in the last 6 or 7 games. But I mean, good appeal for him. That's all. But it didn't make a impact at all for his team. Okay, so I think IPL should award this trophies or whatever to the impact player who has the impact for the team. So.
Right.
Uh, at least Kohli got his team from 8 losses or
Zero, all the wins.
all the way. So I can give the orange cap to him because of the impact the team had on because of him. But Arshal's impact was not at all for Punjab. So that's the thing that IPL has to.
The architect from Tamil Nadu, the venture capitalist VC, Varun Chakravarti.
சாதிக்க பிறந்தவன்டா இந்த சக்கரபாண்டி. உன்னை சோதிக்க பிறந்தவன்டா இந்த வெற்றிவேலு.
I think in the version he's come back. See, 2-3 years back they said Varun Chakravarti is amazing. Sunil Narayan the stock was actually going down, and they said everything is about VC. Then this started, the starting stage of this IPL. Still, Sunil Narayan, both his batting and bowling was at the top. But I think Varun just picked it up. I think he's gotten back to bowling his mystery balls, where people in the batsman not able to read what he's doing. And he came really good with a good economy rate as well. So VC is back to his old days.
Yeah, I think first 2 or 3 games was poor, and then I think they have had a one rain off a game. So maybe if he could have picked up wickets in the first 2 or 3 games, maybe it will be the purple cap order. But very very good IPL for him.
Next is the man, Jasprit Bumrah. Man, what a beauty.
What a man.
The way he bowled his entire season. I think we spoke about it in the previous episode as well. He was on point. The Bumrah of old, where he can bowl his Yorkers at will. He can really stop the run flow. He can get you the breakthrough. He did everything on point in this season. And to get like so many wickets, 20 odd wickets at a strike rate and just economy rate of 6.48, just phenomenal, right?
ஆமா.
I don't know. And in a season where every batsman was like scoring at will, when teams were scoring crazy in this game, which is completely loaded against the bowlers, Bumrah just came up trumps.
சிவாஜி பேரை கேட்ட உடனே சும்மா அதறது இல்ல.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The best bowler in all formats in the current game, or I think he will walk into any team now. So on the Murray. So now for the we have five bowlers who have picked up 19 wickets. I will just read the name. One on the T Natu, Ashret Rana, which we will speak later. Avasham Khan, Ashtep Singh, and Andre Russell. We want to speak about only T Natu and Andre Russell, because I think T Nattu carried HRH bowling all the way from the first game. So, like Rohit for India or Hardik for Mumbai, whenever there is a situation, they give the ball to Bumrah. That is what Pat Cummins was doing with Nattu. So, phenomenal season for Nattu. Comeback season. Last year he was injured or not performing or at all. I think this season was very good for him.
Yep, undoubtedly. And it's also great to watch, right? One of those stories, again, somebody was like from a very, mediocre
Yeah.
lifestyle, struggled his way through, and then doing really well, building an academy. So that's like awesome.
Mm.
And we thought that India missed the trick by not including him for the World Cup squad.
நேஷனல் டீம் லிஸ்ட் வந்துருச்சு ஆனா பேர் இல்ல. உன் பேரா? பிகில நம்ம பேர் கூட இல்லப்பா. எப்படிடா உன்ன விட்டாங்க?
But he did everything that was deserving to make that happen, and great season for him.
Yeah. And the next one, the day rest. I think E and Narayan with their all-round performance stood tall for KKR the entire season. So usually when Dre rest பார்த்தா first 2 or 3 games he will bowl 1 or 2 overs, then hamstring pull, then he
Correct.
will not play for another 5 or 6 games, and then he will come as a batsman. But the KKR has invested um, in him for his rehab and physio or physical stature by sending him world over to get
Mm.
fit, and he repaid them this year with the bat and ball.
Mm-hmm. Correct. All-round performance. Yeah.
Mm. So now we have come to the um, uh, end of the blue chips. We will go to the big winners. We will now talk about the players which we think were game changers, who had an impact for their team, and a big investment on the Murray. So my first name is Sunil Narayan. He has so many awards this year, but he was the revelation of the IPL, and the choice of sending him on the top plate for KKR.
Brilliant strategy. And we have seen him do this like a few years back. And in the last 2, 3 years, his batting has not been like to the mark, and nobody thought that he's going to strike like this. And just sending him on the top, and he finding back his old mojo.
25 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாலே எப்படி போனாரோ கபாலி அப்படியே திரும்பி வந்துட்டான் சொல்லு.
Addiன்னு அடிச்சு, he was one of the big reasons why KKR's batting and the Avunu Phil Salt and the way they set it up for KKR was
You
amazing.
can say Kala Namak and the Murray.
Correct. No more.
So, I mean, it is interesting that Sunil captains some franchises all over the world. On the franchisee which he captains, he didn't. It doesn't open at all on the bird. But what a season!
Yeah,
So he had a big impact for KKR in this season.
correct.
Now we touch upon Parag, and we will touch upon him quickly. I think he had a big impact for RR because the openers Giles Wall and Butler were poor in comparison to last year.
Mm-hmm.
So he came within the 10th over or 8th over maybe every game.
Mm.
So and at 4 to get a 500 plus season was very
Correct.
good and excellent by Parad.
Mm.
Now we have touched upon head.
Mm.
What a season! Uh, I think if we continues this form in the T20 World Cup, mm, we don't know what
Unstoppable.
happened. Mm.
I think even for him, it's sort of resurgence in some ways. With the
Yeah.
World Cup, they moved him all the way up. And even SRH did not start off with head
Yeah.
at the moment they got him to the top, completely changed. For Avanu Abhishek Sharma, they just rocked SRH in every game. So
Mm.
great campaign for him.
Mm. Next one, the Klassen. What is your thoughts?
See, he's been doing this for a few years again. Somebody
Mm.
who can just stand at his crease and then just strike and then get sixers at will. Uh, the way SRH sort of got this is they started with head at the top with Abhishek Sharma, and then sort of in the middle, in the 5 or 6 position, they bring Klassen in, and Klassen was one of their pillars. I think he scored I think a really good 100
Mm.
that he did in this season, and so many games with sixers at will. So amazing return on investment from a Klassen standpoint.
நீ வேறயா நீ வேறயா
We were talking about whether it is be Klassen, the beast we know, or last year Konjo, it was up and down, but he came up with the goods
Mm.
this year. Next good investment was number Pattala Patirana.
Patirana. Number Rasi, he got injured. If he didn't get injured, we never know. But he was on point. Or for last or 3 4 years, he was a little wavered, not completely on point. But this season, when you brought him in, perfect nailing those Yorkers in Malinga Madri or Malinga 2.0, and he was getting us the economy that we wanted, getting us the breakthroughs that we wanted. He was all doing really well. So, super investment from a CSK standpoint. It's going to be interesting when we start thinking about is this going to be a name that we want to retain next year? Great campaign.
The next two players we have already spoken about, and we think they are big investments or big returns. One was Bumrah, and the other was Varun
And Chaturanga.
CV.
Yeah.
So we have already spoken about both of them. Very good returns for their own. I mean their teams. Now we will talk about in cash also. He went big and he repaid the franchisee. Pat Cummins. What a season!
இவங்க தான் வெளியூர் ஆட்டக்காரங்களோ.
Yeah, 20 crores, just talk of the town in many ways. But you got a really solid captain.
Ama,
And then there were so many games when he came in with his batting and
ama.
made sure that he got the quick got 30, 35, and 15 balls. And then when his bowling, you always know that he can be this reasonable, regular, stable bowler. So KKR, I mean, not KKR, SRH, one of the reasons they're able to take their campaign all the way to the final was no
Amma,
doubt because of Pat Cummins.
if you see their bowling lineup, except T Natu, it was on paper nothing. Okay.
Correct.
If you take T Natu's form last year, it's a weak bowling attack. But with that, for you to win
Mm-hmm.
matches with the bowling also, I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
with the voting, majority of the matches they won with the batting. But last two matches in the playoffs, they came
Mm-hmm.
through with the bowling only. So
Correct.
and uh, Cummins has had a fantastic 2 years as a captain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Correct.
Ashes, World Test Championship, ODI World Cup, IPL runners-up as a
Correct.
captain. What else you can?
சிட்டி செங்கல்பட்டு மதுரை திருச்சி சேலம் கோயம்புத்தூர் நார்த்தார்காடு சவுத்தார்காடு எப்ப வரைக்கும் பார்த்த வேண்டாம் நானு அருவா கம்பெல்லாம் என்னை டச் பண்ணி டயர்ட் ஆகி போய் கிடக்கு.
Ask. And when we went for 20 odd across, people were saying he is not fit for IPL.
Correct.
What a buy.
So now that you mentioned about the 20 crores, we should talk about the 23 crores person as well. So Stark, right? Uh, எப்ப தேவையோ he came into form.
லட்டுல வச்சு நினைச்சியா தாஸ் நட்டுல வச்சேன்.
And he gave the breakthroughs for KKR at the right time. And then one of the reasons for them winning the season.
Amma.
So,
I think the two spells in the two playoff games was worth that for
correct.
KKR, and taking out ahead so cheaply or Abhishek, I thought was the ball of the IPL. He
Correct.
bowled to Abhishek in the
Abhishek Sharma.
finals.
Yeah.
But that is why maybe you pay big bucks to the winners. That's all.
Correct. Yeah.
Mm. Now we will go to the bad investment. Why you should not pay that much to the players. So in that first we will go to Hardik Pandya.
கழுவி கழுவி ஊத்துற மாதிரி ஐ திங்க் இவன் பேரு வந்து தர்மடி வாங்கிடுது இது வரைக்கும்.
காலங்காத்தால உனக்கு குறவழி வரைக்கும் சோத்த போட்டு வண்டியில ஏத்திட்டு வந்ததுக்கு உன்னால என்ன பண்ண முடியுமோ அதை பண்ணிட்டேன். தேங்க்யூ.
But ultimately, we spoke about it in the previous episode about his performance in all categories. You pay somebody 15 crores, you specifically trade for them from another team, you give them the keys to the வீடு and say என்ன வேணா பண்ணுடான்னு சொல்லி கொடுத்து பேட்டிங்கும் வரல, bowlingகும் வரல, கேப்டன்சியும் வரல.
சரியான லூசு பையன்டா, காதும் கேட்காது வாயும் பேசாது, இத்த கொண்டாந்து ரிசப்ஷன்ல உட்கார வச்சிருக்கானே.
And a lot of, I think it was really a bad investment. Hopefully it pays off for Mumbai. Now that they did so much for him, they have to keep him for the next set of years. And like we said in the previous episode, we don't know what he's going through personally, emotionally, and you said business side, etc. Hopefully he comes back. But just judging by what was paid and to output, really bad investment.
If you see a rookie investor who sees a stock going up, he will buy the stock at the highest point when he buys, and then the stock will crumble. Okay, it will go 30 or 40% or 50% lower, and now you have a dilemma to sell or wait to recoup your losses. Mumbai has no choice but to wait because they have damaged the brand also. Okay.
Correct.
அந்த மாதிரி. So that was a very, very bad investment this year. Next one, Max was not well.
ஆமா, பேர் மட்டும் மேக்ஸ் இருந்தா போருமா, ஃபார்ம்ல காட்ட வேணாம். Terrible, right? One is to be out of form where you get, you're not able to connect to balls and you get out. Or you are unlucky where really solid balls come to you. Whereas Maxwell, even not thinking right, right? There are games when he just threw his wicket away. பைத்தியம் மாதிரி அடிக்க போய் so it was very where all the things came out, right? World Cup la வந்து he could play with one leg for Australia and win games. இங்க வந்து ரெண்டு leg ஒரு extra ரெண்டு leg கொடுத்தா கூட he was not playing that well at all. So really, I don't know what went wrong for him, but terrible.
He came up, or he wanted to sit 3 or 4 matches because of mental health issues. So we don't know what it is. But when you came back for the last two games, and that RR eliminator first ball Ashwinla Kalabai கொடுத்து out Anna, that was the turning point. First ball of your innings, your Kalabai கொடுத்து out.
டேய் நீ நல்லா இருக்க மாட்டடா நல்லாவே இருக்க மாட்டடா
So we don't know what is the mental issue or what, but he is not performed in the IPL at all. So if RCB doesn't retain him or let him go, some other franchise will take him for that money next year also.
Correct.
And the money, hoping that the stock will rise and the money. So continuing with the foreigners, Barstow.
Bastro Punjab எடுத்தாங்க. There was like 1 or 2 games when he really went
One
really
century, that's all.
where he played really well, but otherwise very mediocre investment. In general, I think Punjab didn't have a great campaign, so I don't know if he doing really well would have meant it or not. But overall, yeah, it didn't pan out the way they wanted.
Punjabக்கு Onjo Sam Curran as a foreign player performs, but all the other foreign players were didn't perform, or they were a failure for Punjab. One is Barstow, because he was the premium batsman for you. So that is why I picked up Barstow as a bad investment. We will see whether he will come next year. Question, because he's also 36 or 37. So we will see what happens to his IPL career. But this IPL was poor. Next, we will go to the South African captain Markram. What happened to him?
Yeah, I think he was coming at a key position for SRH after I think Abhishek and Head. They were definitely banking on him to come good at the one-drop position. அவனோட performance, it didn't affect SRH much because of the strength in the batting lineup that they had, but Markham didn't live up to what he could typically do. We have seen him, I think there are maybe 1 or 2 games where he played reasonably well, and you could see the flashes through which you know that he has shown in international level. You know that he can really take on the opposition and score runs at will, and that consistency was not there, that application was not there, and you could see it was not like a great thing for SRH.
I thought, or I think that is between 2 months, 2 months, whether to go at ultra aggressive like Head or Abhishek, or play his natural game. So 1 foot here, 1 foot there, and it didn't come off at all. So he was dropped also. Last year's captain for SRH. The captain for 2 years for the South African T20 league for SRH franchise, which is won. But Inga Vande is not performed at all.
உங்க தலையெழுத்த மாத்த யாரால முடியும்? அட கன்றாவியே, எப்படி இந்த மனுஷன் எப்படி ஆயிட்டாரு பாத்தியா?
So it's a worrying sign for Markram and his fans. That's what I will say. But very, very bad investment. We called it out before the season also, that he has to perform or Pancho Kashno. Then we will go to our Indian players. SRK won the cup with KKR, but Gujarat had the SRK. Number Tamil Nadu Shahrukh Khan. Again, another series.
Govinda, Govinda.
Favorite year.
8 crores standard every year, right? He does that. Ana, he was not able to, he's not done much, right, in even the
Come
previous seasons. He gave maybe a game, maybe one game when we saw something that he did, but that was not still, I forget if he scored a 50. Maybe he scored his first
He
50.
scored a
Yeah,
50 and a 30, but that
correct,
that was the 11th or 12th game of
correct,
GT. So they GT bought him for so much money, but they didn't give him a chance at all.
correct, correct.
On the Murray. So you can say if you are a SRK, if I had more chances, I will would have played better. But if you take the last 3 or 4 seasons, as you said, average 8 crores,
Mm.
very good. Maybe he has a good investment manager, but no, but it's a
Yeah,
bad investment for the IPL
yeah.
franchise on the Murray. Next, your favorite, Jurel.
Jural என்னெல்லாமோ பண்ணுவான்னு நினைச்சேன். Especially I saw him play so aggressively in the test matches that he did for in India. But in Rajasthan, I don't know whether he was coming down the order, and some games when Samson was keeping, he was in the field, he was dropping catches. And last, maybe he did something in the last game when everything was over,
Mm,
trying to salvage something out of it. But overall, a very disappointing season for
mm.
him.
150 in front of his father and family
Mm.
substituted them are the அவ்வளவுதான் his
Mm.
contribution to RR. And I think he has to go back to the drawing board and say how he can come good because he had a very good England series.
Mm.
And on the momentum, we thought he will come
Mm.
good in the IPL also, but he was very poor.
Mm.
Next, another keeper, Jitesh Sharma for Punjab.
He was in the reckoning as a solid wicket-keeper batsman who can play pretty aggressively, scored 30 odd in like 15 balls. அப்படிலாம் இருந்தது. ஆனா இந்த தடவை, just like how Punjab went down, even he did not do much to even bring his name to the table.
Mm. He was, in fact, India colors, he was a designate finisher, but
Mhm.
he didn't have I mean, no scores at all in the IPL.
Yeah.
And going to another keeper where Mumbai paid in 14 or 15 to crores
Mm.
to retain in the last cycle. Ishan Kishan, nowhere.
Correct. Ishan Kishan வந்து இந்தியன் டீம் ஓடியே he has fought with the BCCI, he has fought, he said in a contract தேவையில்லைன்னு.
எங்க தலைக்கு எவ்வளவு தில்லு பத்தியா?
But the way he's continuing, he may not get an IPL contract
Ama.
if he's going to continue down this path, right? Uh, it was with the left-right combination with Rohit Sharma, right? How they have done games, they've really been a master blaster. He's not shown any of those things this season.
Ama. Three keepers who haven't performed and who are vital commodities who can go for big bucks
Yeah.
next retention or auction. Bad investments this year, but they will get the price they want because keepers are always in, prime positions to get a big buck. The
The
last,
other person with the super investment manager, நீ சொல்றல்ல, தீபக்
ஆமா,
சாஹர்.
ஆமா.
அவன் வந்து 18 crores, 15 crores, 12 crores பண்ணிட்டு ஒரு 4 கேம் மாட்டி இன்ஜியர் ஆயிட்டு உட்கார வேண்டியது.
என்ன ராமலிங்கமாலையே பார்க்க முடியல, எப்படி இருக்க? நான் நல்லா தான் இருக்கேன். நீ எப்படி இருக்க? நல்லா இருக்கேன்ப்பா. என்ன எப்ப பார்த்தாலும் சைக்கிள் சுத்திட்டு இருக்க? என்னப்பா ஆத்திரவசம் வண்டியிலன்னா ரொம்ப சிரமமா இருக்குல்ல. இதுக்கே எவ்வளவு செலவு தெரியுமா? பரட்டா.
Right? So,
Next, number Deepak Char. Last they when CSK picked him for in the cycle, he's maybe played only 60 or 70 per matches in the 3 season totally. So and we should not do the mistake again in the next cycle. because I mean injury can come for to anybody. Okay, but if you are injured for 3 years now, why should a franchisee pay some player so much if you are that injury prone? அந்த
நம்ம
மாதிரி
வந்து பென் ஸ்டோக்ஸ்க்கு கொடுத்தோம், தீபக் சாகருக்கு கொடுத்தோம். There are a set of people who just cash
this
in
we
and ஆ,
ஆமா
correct.
at 20, if you get 15 or whatever risk we got, your life is settled அந்த மாதிரி then we will go to the penny stocks or
Mm.
young blood. We have a lot of uncapped players who made a name for them in this season. Two of them come from Punjab, was Ashutosh Sharma and Shashank Singh.
Shashank Singh, what a story, right? They wanted to pick somebody else, and then eventually they picked this guy, and then he turned out to be phenomenal. So the some glimmer of hope, some kind of entertainment for Punjab fans came from these two players,
Ma-
Ashutosh Sharma and Shashank Singh. Great find, and he was able to consistently talk and show that. Interestingly, at some point, finisher role if
Ma-
India is going to throw a punt. Would he come in the World Cup squad? We are talking about all of those things, and his name was in the reckoning. And it
mm,
was good to see such kind of talent surface up in the IPL, which is what you want it to do. So that's been
ma.
great for these two.
With the same Punjab picture, we will go to another Punjabi, Abhishek Sharma. What a season!
Oh. Man, I mean, I didn't realize he could bowl spin as well, which he begin to show in some of these games. But when he was playing in some of those games, he was looking even more at a higher strike rate than even
Head,
head. He was challenging head in several of those games. So this also tells you how this talent you have to back them for a few years. Either when you invest and you hold on to your stocks and then they
ma,
give you a five-fold
ma.
or a tenfold in a few years. Abhishek Sharma is a classic example.
Mm. Going from spin to pace, we had two brilliant new pacers coming up and one old stock or stock which is new in, I mean, young in age, but second season. So the new guys who impressed was Ashit Rana for KKR and Mahank Yadav for LHG. But
Yeah.
he became injured, Mayank Yadav. I thought that injury konjo dented LHC's
LSG.
hopes
Yeah.
also. But what a revelation these two guys has been for their teams.
Yeah, seeing an Indian bowler bowl 150, 155, it's a very rare sight. We have not probably seen before.
And line
Uh,
and length, not
correct.
Umran Malik came into limelight 2 years back.
Yes.
Same pace, but wavery.
Favored.
Yeah.
Correct. And Mayank Yadav was amazing. We thought he's going to do phenomenal. But end of the day, it was definitely interesting to see injuries part and parcel.
Yeah.
Hope he gets managed well and he's able to come back and bowl at the same pace. I don't know whether it's going to be a change of action or some adjustment that he has to do. It has to be done really well. Harshit Rana has been the same, very aggressive bowler from a mindset standpoint. He's been a phenomenal find for KKR. And we saw him sort of carry out that form all the way to the final as well, where he bowled really well.
And the last bowler is number two, Sir Deshpande. If we crib about Tushar beginning of the season or whatever, has been the best bowler for CSK two seasons in the
Correct. Last few years, Tushar Pandey சொல்லி திட்டின்னு இருந்தோம். But then he has come up really good. There were games where he got us the breakthrough. Economy was also fine. So he's getting to that kind of a reasonable consistency. And given that his distant cousin Shardul Thakur was giving like hundreds of runs, we needed definitely the Deshpande to do well for us, which he did.
two stocks in the international market we will go to now to wrap up this episode. One is Jake Mc Fraser. Okay,
Man,
Jake's Fra- uh, Jake Fraser McCurk. What a
Katan, what a Katan, right? He comes in, he can tonk the ball, and especially if you're going to make somebody like Warner sit and pick somebody, this person should be reasonably good.
yeah.
You are like willing to give up a really big blue chip company stock, and you're taking those proceeds and putting on a startup that went reasonably public. That's what Jake Fraser McGurk did. He's come into the reserve of the Aussie team, purely
Amma?
based on just the performance in IPL, but he was great to watch.
Entire IPL season, I think he played 8 or 9 games or 10 games. Overall strike rate 230 plus.
Hmm.
Okay, he doesn't care whether your name to be flare off or whatever.
அந்த பையனுக்கு பயம் இல்ல அவனெல்லாம் அப்படியே போட்டுருணும்
Just to go and adi. That's
Correct.
all he knows. Baseball style he plays, but very very talented guy. One international stock for the future. Now next, Tristan Stubbs. Uh, the funny thing is, Mumbai traded him to Delhi this
Hmm.
season. Okay, they bought Tristan Stubbs 2 years back in the cycle. He played some matches for Mumbai, and this season they traded him to Delhi,
Hmm.
and he had a very very good season for
Hmm.
Delhi.
Yeah. See, his name has popped up a few times in the
Come
last
on,
couple of years, and he's done really well.
it's called Baby AB.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Correct.
Hmm.
And this season, when Delhi was sort of struggling, and when some games when you thought they were out of the game, he could really come up and step up and do it. Along with Aksa, there are some good
Yeah,
partnerships that he
yeah,
essentially had, but undoubtedly a great investment.
yeah. I thought Pant and he were they both were the backbone for Delhi because
Correct.
both of them had a bad season. Delhi would have finished
Correct.
10th for sure.
Yeah.
So remember the names: Tristan Stubbs, Jake Fraser McDuck, and that is the wrap for this episode. So. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you on another episode of the retention of the players we think will be retained for the IPL teams next year. Bye.
Bye.